Okay, we're gonna try this. Hello, my name is Darren. I'm a dad. I'm an airline pilot. I'm a husband. I'm a scientist. It is Wednesday, November 12th at 6:20 p.m. And I've had a heck of a time getting this to work. I hate Windows. Tomorrow I will be Windows 11. Tomorrow I'll be blowing away this PC you can't see that I normally use because it's locked me out. Because I had to put a password in. I had to use my Microsoft account versus using a PIN number. Windows has turned into a horrible product to use. I use Mac often, and I will be using Linux from now on that PC. Microsoft, you've lost your way. Got back from Korea a couple hours, about an hour and a half ago. Good trip. There might be a video about it or not. It's kind of a boring video, probably a boring trip, but we'll see if I make a video about it or not. I have one more trip in theory left for the month. Good evening, Alex, Mr. Schwartz, Mr. Haygood, and Mr. Lawless. Yeah, it's very random. I've been trying to go live now for over half an hour. And again, you used to be able to log into Windows with like a local account, and it works great. I just use a PIN number, it works great. And then they changed Windows 11. We have to use a Microsoft account. And whatever I did, the password on this computer is not working that I normally use. And the security questions, I answer the questions, and apparently they're wrong, so I can't log in at all. So I'm using a backup computer to get this going right now. Favorite X-Plane 12 aircraft? I don't do a lot of GA stuff on X-Plane 12. On X-Plane 12, I fly aircraft I'm typed in. So right now, it's the 777 from, I think, Flight Factor. You can stream on Linux, yes. Howdy, JC, Mr. United Pilot. Auckland Pilot, trip probably not. The FO I just flew with to Korea is number 2000. He can hold 777 captain, and he doesn't think he'll get that trip either. Have you ever done a video on your life during COVID? I have not. And I don't, it just be me talking to the camera. I have some footage of there, but it wasn't that different. I was on the Airbus. I didn't have that much time at home during bad COVID, thankfully. CX Ride Friday, getting there. Any good Apple Watch face I recommend for pilots? Not really, dude. I have the one I normally use. You see a few of my videos. It just has local Dallas time, the elevation and barometric, and the UTC time at the bottom. Hey, Mr. Rumsey. Good evening, Nobes. See if I ride soon. Any tips? Yeah, tab your source material. Know how to find your answers. Take your time. You know how to pass check rides. Just take your time. Not many ATC delays at all. Long haul, we have that perk. Good evening, Mr. Wright. Still able to use it. So I can't use a pen anymore on this stupid computer, and I can't stand Windows 11 now. When you say you get the final numbers when you were on taxi out, how do you receive them? ACARS. It is ACARS. And Mr. Twirler, they can vary a lot depending on last-minute cargo, and sometimes people don't show up for the airplane. We're given like a 3,000-pound on the wide body, a 3,000-pound buffer. Back in the napkin math, keeping it stupid simple. Let's say we're planning to take off at 600,000 pounds. They will assume we're going to weigh 603,000 pounds. So they plan all our numbers. All the numbers we get are based on 603,000 pounds. So if we come out less than that, we're good to go. They're thinking 600,000. They're going to assume 603 for last minute contingencies. If it gets too far out of whack, if it goes to 604, you have to get new numbers. And getting new numbers normally isn't an issue. On this Korea flight, though, we were structurally weight restricted in both directions. So max structural is 648 on the 200. And we were very close to those numbers on both leaving, going, and coming. Hey, Mr. Bradshaw, why is it 319 my favorite of the 320 series? Because it's short and sporty, quick to board, quick to deplane, and has the wingspan is wider than the plane is long, has a great lift to power ratio. There, pass my instrument and of course check ride. Now I have commercial check ride 2 weeks from now. Mr. Rickstein, dude, knuckles to you, man. Congratulations, you can see again. That's my joke. Between now and your commercial, stay sharp. It is very easy to relax in this business. To say, I'm done with instrument. I don't have to be so tight on my scan anymore. Keep your scan tight, sir. Hey, Captain, at your airline, if you fly the 787, are you ready to fly all variants? We only have 2 variants here, 8 and 9. Yeah, even on the 777, I can fly the 2 or 300. Hey, Mr. Kelly, would you recommend getting a loan for flight school or working to save up during or before? Mr. T. Snowman, loans are a last resort. Sometimes it is a means to an end. But I would recommend if you go the loan route, do not go for the extremely expensive flight school that gets you done in 90 days or 6 months. Go for a moderately priced flight school, lower that loan amount, and look for grants and scholarships as well. Because remember, the FAA issues flight certificates, not the flight schools, and for the most part, airlines do not care where you got trained at. What do you wish was on my watch face? Oh, nothing off the top of my head. I mean, I use my watch mostly just for my timing my breaks on my trips and notifications and closing my rings. Any desire with your growing seniority in base to bid just reserve since you live in base and go from the bottom bucket hoping not to be called? No. I like to fly. When I sit at home, I either start new projects that cost me money, or I buy things that cost me money, or I annoy my wife too much because she works from home. So I like going and flying. I still like flying in airplanes. I love Incheon Airport, flying out, get there 6 hours early, and plane watch. That's awesome. Do you ever watch Captain Steve? I've never met Captain Steve. Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Do you have any preference between 61 and 141 personally? Mr. Snowman, I don't. And I get if you are new to this industry, looking for flight training, you see part 61, part 141. Pepsi and Coke. Dr. Pepper and Sprite. They're both soft, they're both training programs. There's no advantage to either one. Some will only swear by 141, some only swear by part 61. Very few people have done both. I've only done part 61. Airlines don't care. I would first find a flight school where you feel comfortable learning in that environment and has a price that you can stomach. Don't concern yourself with what Sarah did or Brian did or Flyman275 on some message board did. They aren't you. You need to figure out where you are going to learn best. Find that flight school, that exact location too. Because if you live in Minnesota and you're like, Darren, they have a branch here and a branch down in Florida. I'm going to Florida because I hate the cold. That's cool, man. Get your rear end to Florida and visit that specific location to make sure that that specific location works for you. I did not hear about the 777 to Auckland. What's the deal with that? And what are the new routes on 777? So JC, that is a LA-based pilot route. LA is launching Auckland, and DFW is only covering the very first leg, Auckland, Dallas, and nothing else. Why? Because that's the easiest way to get pilots down there is from Dallas on the 78. What's your most memorable moment in your aviation career? It was flying my wife and kids on the 777, on the 175 when I was a captain at my previous airline. It's pretty neat to have my wife and kid on board. Although I only saw the AAL789, never saw 772 at Incheon. Well, you haven't been there in a while because the 772 is the only aircraft from my airline that flies to Incheon. It's been that doing for a while anyway. If given the opportunity, would you fly both legs? Nope. No. Maybe if I was doing an hour or two flight, I have no desire. Although I did do that on my IOE on the 777. I flew to and from Narita to finish my IOE on this airplane. But no, I like being pilot monitoring. You know, I was relief pilot on this Incheon trip. Super easy. Hey, kiddo. So my kid is back from tumbling, so I'll do this live for about 10 more minutes. Then I gotta go be a dad. I haven't seen my kid in 3 days. Hi, you have a good time tumbling? Okay, I'll be downstairs in 10 minutes. To be a very short live. I'm about to be home later than this. Are cadet programs a guarantee getting into you to a partnership school? I believe so, Landon, but haven't. Cadet programs came around after I started flying. Are there any destinations that aren't flown from your base that you'd like to fly to? Yes, Munich. I could bid for them. I have zero desire to fly out of another base right now. My uncle seniority at my airline is 400. Check airman 787. Awesome. What is your gold seal? CFI mean? It's just CFI gold seal means I had a high pass rate for my students and I went above and beyond the average CFI. What was like a CFI? I was able to survive. Pay was very low. I made $1,000 a month back in 2007. My wife and I have always lived under our means. Japan or Korea? I've lived in Japan for 2 years and 1 year in Korea. I like Japan more, but only because I've been around Japan more than Korea. As a Republic currently, any advice for finding a mentor at the majors without waiting for the personal connections I've made at my airline to go first? Yeah, job fairs. Go to every single job fair you can, and not just the meet and greets, every speaking event. Because you might have a pilot from Airline X giving a speaking event. Go to his speaking event, his or her speaking event. Hey, Mr. Darren. Darren. I can't tell you how great it is to meet another Darren, knowing that I'm speaking to someone of superior intellect and knowledge. You have a great bloodline, Mr. Keast. Have you started getting your bid ready for your next schedule yet? I have. I might make a video about that. Bids close tomorrow. Possible to join my airline if I'm from United Kingdom? I have no idea how foreign pilots do it. I can't help you there, sir. What's the largest plane that Kirkland flies? 777-300. It is very nice. As the owner of a slot machine, what's your favorite slot machine YouTubers? I don't have a favorite slot machine YouTuber. My slot machine is right here. It's kind of funny. You can't see it because of the green screen, but I have a 5 times pay machine. Family first. Yep, thank you, First Officer Bird. Appreciate your time. You're very welcome. Hey, what's up, sir? Watching you and unboxing my new Wing Airbus gear. They make some good stuff. I've seen some pretty good stuff online. I don't have room for it though. We recommend finishing written test ground before flight school or doing it during. Mr. Snowman, if you can get all your written done ahead of time, do them. And this is my personal opinion. I think written tests are important to test your knowledge. I think practical is more important. Because some of the written tests I've taken for the FAA seem kind of silly. But yeah, if you can just memorize all the answers, like get a practice test on your iPhone, your Android phone, and take those tests whenever you have downtime. You know, on a break at work, waiting for the metro, whatever it is, just take this practice test, memorize the answers, and knock it out. Absolutely. And with that, I'm going to be done. I'm very sorry it's a very short live. My kid finished her tumbling class at 6. They had an errand to run. I thought they'd be home at 6:45. They got home earlier than that. I haven't seen them since Monday morning. So I'm going to go do some dad stuff. I might have a live again later this week. I will have a new video up tomorrow. It is about my ferry flight to Amarillo. As always, my name is Darren. I'm a dad. I'm an airline pilot. I'm a husband of a scientist. Thank you for stopping by.